So Mathias, thanks so much for joining us on the Algarve Addicts video podcast. It's really good to see you, man. I've seen your Instagram for years. So how's it going? You okay?
Thank you for receiving me. Yeah, it's all about Algarve. The sun's
Yeah,
the
absolutely. Because I mean,
sunshine, the nice.
you're known as the Algarve guy, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Did you call yourself that? How did that begin?
No, that was interesting. At the time, I was already posting a lot of photos of the landscapes around, and somehow it was the owner of Siesta Campers, a camper van
Yeah, I know
rental,
them.
camper van
I know.
rental.
Yeah.
We had a meeting one day, and he just told me, oh, we were discussing some stuff, and I remember, oh, you are the Algarve guy, you know the spots, and I'm like, Algarve guy, that sounds good. All right, I'll keep that. Yeah, I
That's
remember
brilliant.
that was
Because
a quite a long time ago, but yeah.
yeah, strange enough, their daughter went to school with my daughter, the Siesta owner, the
Oh,
Siesta Camper
cool,
guys. Yeah, yeah. So it's quite
nice,
weird.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And photography, was that always part of the plan, or did it find you later in life?
Mm, it came very naturally. It was time that I did a trip with my mom to the Azores, more specifically São Miguel Island, one of the islands of the archipelago. And I had it was similar to a GoPro, and I was just taking photos, and then I realized that I could apply filters on my phone for the photos and stuff, and I was like, this is cool. And then came back, bought a camera, started to explore more of that thing of the photos, filters, colors, light. I don't know. It started to evolve, but it was not something that was like planned, like, oh, I want to try photography. No, I had a little camera, those action cams, if you want to call it like that. And then I
Yeah.
just started to edit photos and evolved from there.
And then the next thing you're dealing with Canon DSLRs and all that kind of stuff, right? Is that what you shoot on
Yeah,
these
yeah, yeah,
days?
yeah.
Uh,
Yes, yes. So I bought a crop sensor, which is a more simple one, and then until these days, I have a proper like full frame mirrorless camera. Those normal like photography video cameras. But
yeah.
yeah, that pretty much in a nutshell, that's how it went.
Yeah, see, like I never made that. I take videos every single week, but I just use my phone. And
Yeah.
like these days, the phones are great, and obviously there's a
Oh yeah.
massive difference between the quality of what you produce and what I produce. But I just I just never got there, man.
Yeah, it really depends on what you want to do. It's like phones are insane, like especially nowadays with the iPhones doing higher resolution videos. It's insane what you can do, and if you know how to treat the footage or the photo files properly, is insane. But it
Mm.
really depends the end goal. I mean, the whole thing about these big cameras is just like it gives you so much more flexibility in post if you want to do like color grading and all that kind of stuff. But for general use, if you just want to tell a story, you just put an image out there, a video. And I do believe a lot that if you know how to write well, you already got it, because everyone can take photos and make videos. Not everyone can write well. And so if you write well and you have an average visual that can help to tell the story, you're on it already. So
So break down what you're doing at the moment, and how did it start? Because obviously, when you came back from that holiday with your mom and you started looking at photography in particular, did it not did you think, okay, cool, this is a career that I can do, or how did you start?
oh no, no, no. When I came back, it was just for the fun, just for the on the hobby side of it. Then it took like, I don't know, maybe 2 years, since after the trip I got the crop sensor, the DSLR camera, started to take photos, and some people knew me. I was, there's always that guy that has a camera, and there's something, or actually someone that is getting married, and they call you to do the photos or whatever stuff like that. So I got some, friends of friends, friends of family coming over. Can you shoot this? Can you shoot that? And that started that way. And then of course, with Instagram, when I started to explore the beautiful place where we live in, it was the catalyst for everything. and just the fact of sharing the photographs that I was creating along the landscapes we have, and consistency came along with on the scope of work. Um, and then things started to evolve. You put the work on social media. There's more eyes looking at it. More
Mm,
opportunities come naturally, and then it's just a matter of time to improve on this on the craft as well, and starting to have a volume of opportunities that lead to clients
yeah.
naturally. But again, like that's like in a nutshell. That's
I
pretty
know,
much
because I
it.
mean, it sounds like an easy thing when you're looking back on it, but I think
No,
when you're
yeah.
starting off and you're looking ahead, you think, well, how am I going to do this? And I love the way you say, like, sharing photographs on social media. It's kind of hard because it doesn't always lead to growth. You know what I mean? Especially, I don't know, maybe
Oof.
these days it's
Yeah.
different. Maybe it's
It
different. I don't know.
is. It is. I mean, you mean specifically talking about the medium called photos?
Yeah.
Because before, and I'm speaking about Instagram, it was all about static images. You would share photos, and the way the algorithm used to work, and all the systems in between, which is crazy to understand nowadays because it's keep changing. But the way it used to work, you would put out images and you would get good reach. Not the same nowadays. Nowadays there is more. Everything is leaning into video. But if you got consistency on the output of work, you would grow definitely. You would
Mm.
grow. That's for sure. I mean, it's the same. You would grow nowadays also, but it's like it's slower. Before it was
Yeah. I mean,
faster.
I just feel like, I put out a lot of content on Instagram and we grow really, really slowly. And I know that the Algarve scene is very saturated on social media. It feels
Oh
like
yeah, a
everywhere I
lot.
look, there's photographs. But when was it when you started? What year was it?
Mm, on Instagram, I started to took it seriously. I think around 2016, 17, 18, roundabout there. And that time was very very different. I knew some people that were already huge at that time that even started in 4 years before me, 2012 maybe, right
Yeah,
after Instagram came out. But it's normal when a platform is brand new and you got volume of content going there, you would grow that. That's the normal
absolutely. And now, how
way
many
of
have you
happening.
got on Instagram now?
Followers, you say?
Yeah.
80,000, I guess. I think, yeah,
Oh,
80,000.
that's massive. That's massive.
Yeah, it's
And
quite a
so
bit.
it's all driven by these gorgeous photographs and drone photographs of the Algarve coastline, and also you go further
Yeah,
afield, right? So tell
yeah.
me about the Algarve coastline because it must. I mean, you live here, right? So it must get a bit boring to you. How do you keep
Mm,
your energy alive?
well, I wouldn't say boring. I think that's not fair, I guess. But I get the meaning of the question because it's the same place
Mm,
every time. But creatively speaking, there was a time, yes, that I was like, damn, like I went to all these spots. What should I do now? Like, but then again, creatively speaking, that's when you really break into something unique. Is when you come to the same places and you try to make different stuff. How can I see this differently? And that also lead me to going out and explore even more because I remember in the beginning I was taking more time around the south coast, mainly between Albufeira and Lagos, probably, and then I started to head to the west coast, which I love, all the Sagres area, and all to what's it called, Bordeira. and all those
Carapateira,
places.
Arifana, all those places.
Carrapateira,
Yeah,
Arifana, I love Arifana. I love it's a vibe there.
yeah.
I love it.
It's incredible when you come over the rise and just look at this
Oh, it's
spectacular bay.
insane. And the
Yeah,
sunsets in the summer there are insane, insane.
yeah.
There's a whole surfer village kind of vibe there. It's
Yeah.
and the
Have you
food.
been to that
You have,
festival? There's quite a few DJs that they have a festival every year
no,
there.
I heard about it. I heard and I
Yeah,
saw some videos, but I haven't been. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, I have to spend more time on the West Coast. But that's the thing. Like us, I've been seeing since I started this thing of photographing the Algarve. I've been seeing so many people coming over, communities growing in different aspects. I mean, this is a thing like the parties at the West Coast, wherever. It's crazy how I think by after COVID, I think COVID hit, a lot of these travel content started to be shared by so many people, and insane to see how the Algarve region evolved on that sense. Even um, on the creative community, when I started, I was getting. I mean, it was hard to get the motivation going because you do it all alone, and it's a very lonely path, and there was no one to go shoot. And there is a certain period of time, I think, again after COVID, that people start to show up, and
yeah.
people started to come live here or spend a season, and yeah, it's
So
interesting how community
yeah. So
evolved.
how do you personally connect with other photographers and creators?
At the beginning, um, I got many people that were traveling to Algarve, and eventually they would find my page somehow, and they would send a message, "Hey, I'm going there for a week. Do you want to go photograph sunrise or sunset? Let's meet up." And I know it sounds kind of sketchy, like you're gonna meet up with someone that you never knew or never saw in your life, carrying a
Yeah.
bag with expensive equipment. And but yeah, I mean, in the on the Instagram photography filmmaking community, people are really nice, and that's how it started. People started to reach out, which I'm super proud, grateful and proud as well, because that's the work that it takes also brings you connections, of course. um, but
Yeah, and it's
very,
amazing
very,
because you're bringing
very,
your
very
work up
grateful.
to you're bringing your
Yeah.
work up to an international level with these guys carrying on. And I used to see this all the time that people would come in from outside and stay here for 3 or 4 days, take videos, and then leave. And I was like, why aren't there people in the Algarve who are creating content? You know what I mean? And that's why it's so good to
Yeah.
meet you. Yeah,
Yeah, and I learned so much with other people as well, like some other major creators, photographers, filmmakers, whatever. I met them, and it was so nice to get out and see how they do things and learn with them. And yeah, and it always been like that, and it still happens. And I'm glad that some of my best friends were actually people that I met that way, and I still go travel with them. I go create with them, and even professionally, I've been doing some projects with them, which is awesome. So that's for me one of the biggest gifts that social media can give us. It's these real life connections that you can make for life.
that's
I
amazing.
mean,
Yeah.
you just enter a spectrum of, I don't know, it could be inside photography, filmmaking, painting, singing, dancing, whatever. There's a community there, and it's nice to see a place like the Algarve getting different types of communities growing, and so many connections that you can do, and you never know where it can lead, which is insane. So I'm
So
really happy to see that, because before there was nothing.
you're right. I suppose COVID was like a watershed, wasn't it? Like before COVID, it was just it was getting. Now a lot of young people used to come here and then leave, especially if they were single. They would just leave and go to London or something because there was no social environment. And now it feels like there's a very fulfilling life to be had in the Algarve with younger people, especially
Yeah,
young foreigners.
definitely.
Did you find that at all? I mean, being Portuguese, did you grow up in the Algarve?
Yes, yeah. So a bit of backstory. I was not born in Portugal, but I've been living in Portugal since I was 2 years old. I was born in France, so
Okay.
most of my family has Portuguese roots. But before '74, until then, we had a dictatorship. All my family like escaped to France. The dictatorship was over. Everyone came back. So since I was 2 years old, I've been living here. So I have this sense of evolution of how things have been. And that's a big yes. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff happening. Of course, when I started to dive into photography, that made me go out more often. Because even before, I had no idea about like Praia da Marinha or stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have when I discovered that, I was like, this is 20 minutes away from home. Like, where have I been living? Like under a rock or something?
But that's what I say to
um,
people. I said, like, if you want to explore a place, you just got to pick up a camera and like give yourself a project and go and
yeah,
explore these places. Because I do it every week, and I'm in a different town. I'm filming a town just about every single week around the Algarve, and it's amazing
yeah,
to discover these towns and then rediscover them because a year or two later they've changed completely and they've got new restaurants and new
yeah,
hotels or new people there and new lease of life. So it's
yeah.
amazing how quickly it's moving. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's good that it's evolving, but there are some like in and outs, good and bads.
Well, let's
But
talk about
what you
those. Like,
said,
what issues do you
yeah,
see in the Algarve?
I don't have a formal opinion on this. Of course, there's lots of stuff showing up, and as you said, like new hotels here and there. I even heard that all the wild area between um around Praia de Marinha, where it's located, so around kind of where there's a whole wild area that it's actually approved to build an insane resort there for years, and people are trying to stop it.
Mm.
And for me, that's insane to think about because that's exactly the place where I started to go out and explore, and I feel so emotionally attached to it. And but it's
Yeah,
like
it's
things
sad,
are
huh?
evolving, but and one thing which is said to me is like, and we feel it by locals that everything is kind of the price of things are made. It's even for us locals, it's a bit more expensive. That's a consequence. First of all, this has to be said of the decisions, actually short-term decisions of our government. But still, like in general, life here is so awesome. It's so awesome. Like quality of life, nice people, nice food. It's just these governmental issues and decisions. And the only thing that makes me a bit sad is exactly what you said. Like you go see these villages every week and you go document them. You go talk to people, and you never know how it's gonna be in 3, 5, 10 years. And I've been visiting places that I loved, like especially Ferragudo. I was there a few months ago with a friend of mine. We are trying to do a personal project there with the fishermen. And I was like, this is so nice. We went there the entire morning to go shoot. We didn't shoot nothing. We just had conversation with the fishermen for like 3 hours. And I was like, is this going to be possible in 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Like,
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too, but I think it's going to be very different. And the thing is, when you go sort of more to the interior, because I've been spending quite a lot of time in the interior, like Benefing and
Mm-hmm.
Alt and up there and
Mm-hmm.
Salir.
Which is beautiful out there.
Yeah, gorgeous villages. But if you go like one step further towards Alentejo, you find villages that are just extinct and everybody's left them. And
Yeah.
you find projects like Aldeia de Pedralva out in the west, where
Mm-hmm.
people come in and just buy up the whole village and turn it into not a tourist resort, but like a living, breathing village again. And it's kind of like the new way we can inject life into these villages. So I think there are some excellent initiatives around the Algarve that are trying to promote old style living, but in a new style way, if you know what I'm saying. Instead
Yeah,
of
for sure.
putting, but obviously going to the cliffs on Praia de Marinha and putting a massive resort on there is not what we want, right? There's
No,
no
no.
way.
I was like, how is this possible? And actually, a project is approved for quite some time, and
Uh,
I
yeah.
don't know what's the point of the situation now, but people have been signing online to try to avoid it.
Mm.
I hope it doesn't happen because that would be a disaster.
Yeah, because that stretch of coastline between Portimao and Amassal de Pera is just the most gorgeous. And I used to paddle
Oh
along
yeah,
there a lot. And what was hoping for that they would try and turn it into some kind of reserve where you didn't have any petrol powered boats because there's like in the caves it just stinks of diesel. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been. I was so sad there was well, I don't know, it was 2 years ago or last year. We tried to go quite early in the morning to Benagil, and we had the stand up paddle board and stuff. The ocean was very calm. Like, I'm super careful about that when it comes to go to the sea. I check tides, I check wind, I check waves to make sure that it's safe.
Mhm.
And I got so sad that they didn't allow us to get inside the cave. They said no, just the boats can get in, not paddle boards. I'm like, why? I mean, the whole cave, it's actually in danger, and
Yeah.
because it's like sandy. I don't know how to explain it
There's just so many
scientifically, but
people,
it's
and
like
there's
sandy rocks,
yeah.
and boats are getting in and out, in and out, in and out. Like there's causing a lot of erosion, and you're telling me that you're letting the boats in and out and not the people?
It
What
doesn't
do you
make
mean?
sense, does it? Yeah.
So you see, that's, but I think once again, this all comes, this can be solved, and that solution can come from those higher powers, which is the government, which I would love that they could have a bit more, I don't know, they could take some
Foresight.
more time, yeah, foresight for sure, exactly. I think there's needed a bit of more long-term thinking in
Because
order to
obviously money
apply.
talks, and all the big companies own big boats, and
Yeah.
then they come in and they've got a lobbying, and they say, okay, guys, we need to go into this cave because we're a company, and we're giving so much money to so many of our employees, and we're keeping these families alive, and blah 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 blah. And then then you have so many accidents. It's been a very difficult thing to watch the progression of Benagil Cave, actually, because when I arrived 25 years ago in Portugal, nobody knew it was there, right? Only the fishermen knew it was
Yeah, I
there.
believe. That's
And
crazy to think about. That's
I know.
crazy.
And now it's one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world. It's incredible.
But the thing is, I I bet that there are so many other places, and maybe some of them still to be discovered. If not, they are discovered already,
Mhm.
and only a few people know. But
Well,
people are not getting there because people they just follow. Like, you see, like, here's Banagil Cave. All the
yeah.
boats go there. Everyone go there. But if you
I know,
tell,
and they
oh,
get
there's this
there,
place
and
in the west,
they get there, and then they tick off their list, and they look around for 5 minutes, and they go, "Okay, let's go."
yeah,
And you're like,
yeah.
but there are so many other, like you're saying. There's another cave that I used to take my clients to because I used to run a stand-up paddle
Hmm.
touring company, and it is as beautiful as Benagil. It's got 2 holes in the roof, and it's got like this
Wow.
incredible connect. So there's so much more to be seen, but yeah, it's
That's the
weird
thing.
how
I think,
people.
yeah, I think there is nothing wrong on people coming and check out the place as long they are respectful, of course. Like, I mean, I love, sharing places. I know, honestly, I don't share all of them because I know that some of them, I mean, you have to work your way to get there. I can
Yeah.
give you some tips, but it's like in a way that I'm not selfish on sharing the spots, but it's just there is a huge difference of going there, check it the place, get some photos, and check out, and not giving a damn about the place, and
Mm.
people that don't really respect the place, because even beyond those situations of the boats inside and out of the cave, I've been seeing people leaving trash, throwing cigarettes, plastic bottles, and I don't know if that's a problem of mass tourism or not. I'm not an expert on that, but it's just, there is obviously an increasement of people coming over, which is great because our country lives from tourism, most of the
Mm.
economy. Okay, but I think, I don't know. I'm not a politician, but how can we make this better? Like, better decisions, better rules. Because once again, not everyone needs to go to one place at the same time. There's so many others. Let's spread out the people, and I
Mm.
don't know.
But it's also like if you look at
It's
us, right?
complex.
What we do in our daily lives. I mean, we share this beautiful content on our social
Yeah,
media,
of
on our
course.
YouTube, and people could point a finger at us and say, "Hey, we are the people. We're the reason that this is happening." But I agree with you as well. It's like I do feel a little bit of guilt because I'm helping a lot of people
Hmm.
find amazing places in the Algarve. But to be honest, it is up to. I do think it's a lot of it is up to the government and to local government and to regulate places like what they're trying to do at Benagil Cave, but obviously they've got to do
Hmm.
it correctly. So it's good that
Exactly.
because the more people there are, I mean, the more problems you're going to have. And I know there were some accidents there.
Yeah,
So
it's a natural case. Actually, yeah, you made me remember about a place. I visited the island of Sardinia
yeah,
to last year,
wow.
and there is this beach, which is a wild beach. Is called Cala Goloritse, something like. It has a huge rock pillar there, and it's
Mm,
stunning. And it's super shared online. Everyone says, "Go to that beach, go there, go there, go there." But the thing is, to go there, you have to install an app from the government, book your spot to walk down because you cannot drive there. You have to walk down, I think, 2 kilometers,
mm,
and there's a limit of I'm not sure if I'm correct saying this, but 250 persons per day that they can
excellent.
walk. I mean, the place is still pristine, and you go there, and there are actually lifeguards that come every day by boat to the beach, and they are there just to make sure people are safe and the place is clean. That could be a solution. I don't know. It's a bit more
Absolutely.
limiting on visiting the place, but if the government wants to to have the same amount of people coming in, there might be a way to filter because I don't know. There might be a point that it's just too much happening,
I
and
think that's the only
our
solution.
coastline is very fragile. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's very fragile. It's very soft. It's very prone to erosion. And um, for example, there's a similar kind of thing in South Africa. We had this beautiful hiking trail called the Otter Trail, and people would hike
Mm-hmm.
it for like 7 or 8 days. And you couldn't get
Whoa.
onto that. You had to book to get onto the trail, and you had to pay to get onto the trail. You had to reserve your, and it wasn't expensive,
Okay.
but you could only, yet I think the waiting list was about 2 or 3 years. So it was
Wow.
in high
Okay.
demand. So they would really strictly control the amount of people. And if we don't want things to happen like it's happening in Spain, in the Canary Islands and Canarias, like they're having
Mm-hmm.
radical over tourism there, and they're having problems with it. The
It's
locals are.
crazy.
Yeah. So we need to check that out.
I
Obviously.
think they started to do something in Madeira. I'm not sure.
Oh,
In
good.
Madeira Island, I heard that some of the trails up to the mountain that were accessible and anytime the
Uh,
government somehow I don't know how they are doing it. I haven't read about it, but I heard,
well,
and
I,
they
I
are
went
putting
on
those
that.
kind of limits.
What's the easternmost cape called in Madeira? I can't remember what it's called, but
The eastern
easternmost, yeah, like
uh Ponta de São Lourenço, I
yes,
guess.
that's it. Yeah, yeah. Cape
Yes,
Lorenzo, yeah,
yes,
or Ponte.
yes, exactly. Yeah.
So I went along there, and you had to pay €1 to go and walk along the thing, but there was nobody stopping you, and there was no like, you know what I mean? I didn't even know about it until I came off the trail, and I hadn't paid my euro.
What?
And
But
I'm
there was
quite happy.
someone physically there to
No,
receive the payment.
no.
It
Apparently there
was
was like a
online.
sign. That was online or something like that, and you had to book, but nobody does it because there's
That's
thousands of people there, so it's not working.
yeah. I mean, you know what I call that without diminishing no one is like that's a Portuguese way of doing things. It's like put it out there. It's fine. It's gonna work out.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well,
Cool, but let's get back to your business. So do you
yeah.
work full time now as a photographer? That's full time. So,
Correct.
so
Photographer, videographer, filmmaker, depending on the project. So yeah, the answer is yes. Since 6 years ago or so.
okay. So
So
what's
yeah,
the
it's
main
been
source of income? Do you go and work for clients
client
or
work. Client
so
work, yes.
big brands and things?
Yes, brands that most of the times, if not all of them, relate somehow to travel, and this could be brands that have products or services that relate to travel or adventure. Or even recently, I got a 2-week filming project for a hotel chain, not in the Algarve, but around Lisbon and in the north of Portugal. So it's
Okay.
commercial projects, and on the other side, projects that also connect to my personal brand online. That makes sense for me in the context of things that I share, and also that makes sense share with my audience too.
So can you tell us some stories about some shoots that you've been on here in the Algarve?
Oh, well, I mean, so many. Well, one that I enjoyed a lot and was at the time I remember one of my first clients, and I don't know why, but I really wanted to pitch at a time to a stand-up paddle board brand because I always wanted to do, and of course connected to the ocean and stuff. And I wanted to make something happen because visually I had such clear images on my mind, and I was thinking like a stand-up paddleboard here with this kind of light at this place, and I ended up shooting it at Praia da Marinha at sunrise. The water was like flat, completely flat. It was beautiful,
Amazing.
and that was so much fun, and I felt so happy because being a freelancer, especially at those beginning stages, it's risky, and you have like I was sending. I used to say even on the workshops that I host at the beginning, I was pitching to everyone. The only person missing to pitch was like my grandma. I was pitching to everyone, like, hire me, hire me, hire me. But then I got this again, like this very precise and clear vision that I presented to the brand. They said yes, and a couple of people helped me out
Do
to
you
be
know which?
models, and
We're allowed to know which brand it was.
it's called Moai boards. I love them, and I
Okay.
still work with them nowadays. It's called Moai,
Cool.
Moaei, Moai
Okay.
boards. They are
MIAEI.
inspired on French Polynesia stand-up paddle boards. They are really
Sure.
nice. That was a very happy moment for me. Very, very happy
So how did
moment,
that
and it
shoot
was
go? I
so
mean,
much fun.
obviously you would have had to wake up really early in the morning, and how many people in the crew?
Oh, this was back in the time. This was really minimal crew. It was me with my camera and other two people, like a couple, to like friends to be models. And
Oh,
we wake
cool.
up early. I already knew kind of the shots I wanted, like on my mind, and that's something that I find crazy. Like I didn't have like a proper shot list to go. Like I was like, okay, like one shot here, one shot there. I have the overall images on my mind and a couple drone shots, but it was like go go go. But yeah, I wake up early because I knew at that time there was no one at the beach. The sunlight is good. It's perfect. That golden hour look. Um, and
I
that
saw a
that
video of
was it.
yours
That
at
was
I saw a video of yours at Praia da Marinha. I think you were talking about creation and just create for yourself. Don't create for the algorithm or something
oh
along those lines.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and it
That
was
was
just this
Praia da Marinha.
beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, it was just gorgeous, gorgeous Praia da
Oh
Marinha,
yeah, the
flat.
water was so flat that day as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was like, how did you
that
do that?
was. Yeah, I mean, it's just weather conditions. Actually, I didn't know that time. That time, I just went to the beach at sunrise with no plan. I just wanted to film something. Sometimes I go with a very precise idea of something that I want to create just for my own. Sometimes I go just for fun and see what happens. Just let the creativity come out, and
Mm,
sometimes cool things come out. And that's a special video that I made there.
that's
Conditions
amazing.
were really perfect that time.
Yeah. So, like we've talked about Praia da Marinha and that section between Portimão and Amassal de Pera.
Hmm.
Where else in the Algarve do you really get a lot of creativity and inspiration to
Oh,
shoot?
the West Coast. I
Yeah,
love it there. I would love to be able to spend more time there because it's quite a drive from where I live.
yeah,
Not now that we have free tolls on the motorway now.
yeah.
And,
Exactly. Success. We won the war.
yes, yes. Um, but the West Coast, I love it there. It's so wild, and the landscape it's so different. Like on the south, you have these yellow stones. It's everything. It very like colors are very saturated. There is more dramatic, more. I wouldn't say dark, but just let it like dramatic. Pretty much, it's like very rocky. I mean,
Yeah.
even in Praia de Cordoama, I think that's the name. The cliffs are actually super black rocks, and it just makes the entire scenery so different from south to west. And I don't know.
And
Maybe it's just the fact that it's facing the ocean side instead of the Mediterranean. I don't know. It's so cool
yeah,
there, and it's
but it's also
wild. It's wild, super wild.
yeah, wild. And I don't know if you've been down there in winter, but sometimes it's incredible. The storms that come through and the waves are just
Yes. Yeah.
very,
Oh
very
yes,
scary.
yes. The big waves. We got them one day in Sagres. I knew because I was checking on a website called Windy, and I was checking the waves. And I was like, "There's big waves coming to Sagres this weekend. Is there gonna be like giant waves or something, and I think the wind was also pushing them. So we went there, and we got insane footage of just the waves were not that big, but when they crashed into the cliffs, they were like exploding. It was
Mm.
insane,
Yeah, I've
insane.
seen
Even
some
on
of those
bad
waves
weather, it
come.
was insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like those cliffs are really high, right next to Sagres on the point there, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like you can see them go twice the size of the cliffs, which is incredible. So
Yeah, it's
that's
insane.
phenomenal. What
It's the
about
West
Rio
Coast.
Formosa and sort of the calmer parts in the
Oh
east?
yeah.
Yeah, like
I also love it. The
Castellavelle.
islands.
Yeah,
Casella, you know that it's insane. I never been to Castellavelle. I don't know why.
Epa,
Yeah,
Mathias.
it's crazy. I've been to Armona, Fuseta, all those places, but I don't know
Yeah.
why I haven't been to Casella. I want to spend more time on that side. But the islands, like, I just love it there. It's so different. And when I remember the first time I got there, I put my drone up and I'm like, this like sandbars, blue
Mm.
water. What is this? What is this? Insane.
Yeah, and then people go online and say, it's the Maldives of the Algarve. And it's like,
Yeah,
this,
true. Which
but
is fair
yeah.
enough to call it. Like visually it shows up, but then people say, nah, the water is cold there. It's not warm. Like, shut up. And
But
it's
everybody
not
wants to
cold. It's
compare.
actually warm.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You're right, because it's much warmer than the
Yeah.
West, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Way more.
Um, so for someone thinking about visiting or even moving here, what would you want them to
Mm-hmm.
understand about the real Algarve? Because we obviously know the tourist Algarve.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, first thing, learn how to live slow, easy
Yeah.
going, no stress. Things will figure themselves out.
Lovely.
Yeah, mainly that's one thing that I enjoy. I like it. Learned it, of course. And I always say, if someone is like ask me, "Oh, how's life there? What should I expect?" And that's the first thing that I say is like slow life, easy, simple life. You go on your morning walk to the beach and stuff. You go have some nice dorada grilled fish. Um, that's the first thing. And the overall quality of life, even though that you know Portugal is far from being the perfect country, but it's so awesome here. And every time that I travel, that's something that I reflect for myself. Is like so grateful to be living here, down south. Even comparing to other places in Portugal that I love. I mean, let's compare it to Lisbon. Of course, it's the capital. There's nothing that you can compare. Like the rhythm of life there, even the people, it's different. Down there is it's so calmer. It's just there's nothing much to say about it. It's just like the good quality of life.
Mm.
And also it really depends on what people are looking to. Some people they love city and busy energy of the daily life, but down here is that's what I love. That's what I
Yeah,
love.
there's not much of that down here. And you're right, it's interesting because we work with a lot of people coming from the United States of America. And then they
Mm,
come over here and I keep telling them exactly, life's very slow here and you have to adapt. And they're like, yeah, but that's what we want. And then some people come here, some people love it, and other people really find it difficult to adjust because, they get frustrated and, like, why isn't this happening? Why do I have to wait so long for my food? And that
yeah.
kind of thing. And I was weird. Like I've told this story quite a few times, but recently I went to London and we were having lunch there and the food came in like 15 minutes. And I was like, but that's too fast. I want to sit here and talk to my wife and enjoy my life,
Yeah,
I was like, what's
that's
going
the
on? Yeah.
thing. That's the thing. Yeah, it's so yeah. You just made me realize we are so used to those kind of things that I don't. When you ask me, what would you tell someone that wants to live here? It's like live slow, like just live. Just
Yeah.
if you're not doing this, you're not living. And those little moments of arriving to the restaurant, you sit down, you talk to each other, maybe have a glass of wine, maybe then you ask the food, and you know some of my friends that they come from abroad sometimes to go see me, and we go to the restaurant. There's that phase that you end up your meal, and I don't know about all the countries, but Portuguese style, you have your coffee at the end of the meal, and maybe there is a buffer time of 15-20 minutes before they give you the bill. I don't know why, but that's like that's a conversation time space for everyone in the table. That's kind of the kind of rituals that Portuguese have, like taking time to do things. Um,
It's
it's
lovely
just those
that.
little things, you know.
Yeah.
I like that. Even to go, if you go see family on a Sunday, which I do. You know, I take my weekends off. I go see family, and it's the end of the day at Sunday. You want to say goodbye, have a good week. But the whole process of saying goodbye, it takes time. Like you say goodbye once, and there's a conversation starting again, and you say goodbye twice. And it's
Yeah.
just this thing. I don't know how to call it. I think that's very
But that's exactly
Portuguese.
what I've
I don't
found
know
with my,
even.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like with my
I
wife,
was
for
just
example,
going.
she's always
Uh-huh.
saying goodbye, goodbye, and then she's talking. She has to say goodbye to everyone and kiss everybody in the whole room. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
we
yeah.
gotta go now. You know, come on, let's go. And I'm like, no, Nick, I've just got to calm down because like I'm the foreigner, right? And I've got to absorb and chill and get into the zone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's very, very, very Portuguese way. I think easier than explaining it. It's just like to come by and experience it,
Yeah.
and that's so nice. I love it. Even myself, you know, being a freelancer, and you have to move, get stuff done, and move, and even especially after being a freelancer, for sure, I started to realize that more often. Is like, damn, the original way of being in Portugal, it's slow. But I'm not saying that it's bad. It's slow, and it's crazy how we end up on autopilot very easily, very, very easily. So
And it's
yeah,
healthy, isn't it?
Portuguese
It's
way
really
of
healthy
living.
because if you
Yeah.
push yourself to the absolute limits, I mean, you're going to break and you're going to get cancer and you're going to get all kinds of horrible diseases. So
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. For
slow is
sure, for
healthy.
sure.
Slow is healthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
So what's next for Mathias Explores? Like what's the biggest project
Oh.
coming up? Or what can you tell us about?
Well, yeah, the only thing I can say, definitely YouTube. I want to put my energies a lot on YouTube. I've been really enjoying writing my thoughts, writing scripts for videos. I'm still editing a short film in India that I filmed in India. We spent a month in India back in February.
Mm-hmm.
So those kinds of projects where I sit down, I write, I tell a proper story. It could be stories about different things, but YouTube definitely, to share well produced, polished short films or even shorter videos. I'm still finding the format, but YouTube for sure.
Oh,
And
excellent.
I feel that need of expanding the creativity in that way, because I find well, the whole thing on Instagram and stuff, there is a place for that. But I don't know. YouTube calls me. I like how
Yeah,
deep
there's
you
something rewarding
can.
about long form content, isn't there? And
Mm-hmm.
nice,
Yeah,
longer
and how you
detailed. Yeah.
can build a relationship with people on a deeper level, I would say.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'd be honored if you've got time, you must jump on one of my videos when I'm doing it around the time. Obviously, it's a very different style to yours, but I'd love to have you on as a guest and you could come along and explore a town with me.
Oh, that would be nice. We can go
Yeah.
speak to the fishermen's in Ferragudo.
Hey, that'd be
I
great.
have some connections there already.
Yeah. That sounds good. It's very good.
um, yeah, they were so like, they were like back off mode when I got there, and then we start to talk with them, and they were like, everyone is smiling, and they bring some beers and stuff.
Because I've found them
It's so
always
nice.
to be very like, like rough
Yeah,
and not very friendly
yeah,
but I guess you got to get inside them and they're just normal people like everybody else. So
yeah, 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 yeah. They are super nice.
you must teach them not to litter. I've seen them, so many of them littering and leaving beer bottles everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And in, Bordeira,
Yeah. Near
even
Codepledo.
on the sand, there's tons of like plastic stuff from that the ocean brings back from the, how
Yeah.
you call it, all the
The
materials
nets.
that they use to fish, and yeah, the nets.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, a lot of work
Anyway,
to be
we
done.
don't want to end off on a bad way, but it was like really awesome to meet you, Matthias, and thank you so much for
Oh, no,
taking the
no.
time
Thank you.
to share your stories. We really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll
Thanks to
see you in a
you.
video soon.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Let's do it.
Cool. Let's do that.